So this is the cover in fiberglass. I made a frame in steel that was then painted white, and then I put from the outside I put a layer of this material here that is already it's like a fiberglass foil. It's less than 1 millimeter and it's quite flexible. I wrapped it outside with some rivets, and then I've put fiberglass to increase the thickness of the walls from the inside, and from the outside in the edges, in the corners. And on the inside I'm going with the fibers on top of these elements, and I've added also these wood elements to make it a bit more stiff. And it's coming out quite rigid. So this the bottom here, which is the top when the cover is mounted onto the nacelle, I still have to do. So yesterday I've cut this mat that is a mat of fiberglass strands. It's called chopped mat, and it's quite thick. It takes a lot of resin, and on top of this one, so I will lay this one down onto this layer here that I will sand a little bit to make it more rough and have a better bonding to the fiberglass. And on top of these chopped strands, I will put these wood reinforcements, and on top of them, and on top of these steel parts, I will put this one that is a mat made with fibers in two directions, and long fibers. This is called biaxial because of the directions of the fiber. And this one I've cut it at 45 degrees, so the fibers are going in this direction and this direction, and this makes it easier to adapt to the corners when I have to push it down on these elements here and on these wood elements. Actually, I had some problems in other positions because I will show you. In this one, for example, the fibers were put parallel to the element and perpendicular, and because the fibers, they have a little bit of a springy action, they tended to go to not follow the corners, and this piece of wood had sharp corners on the top, and as you can see, the fibers did not attach, and so it came out like this with a hole in it. While putting the fibers at well, what I've done to solve this is we've cut the edges off from the wood piece like this, and the second thing is to put the fibers at 45 degrees. Like in this one, it came out much nicer, and is following the fibers are following quite tightly the shape of the wood reinforcement element. This one down here, if you are wondering, is just an air outlet that is on the top back part of the cover. And the air inlet is from the bottom, in the front of the bottom of the nacelle in the front. So cleaning, is it very easy? Clean with a rag? Well, if you know how to do it, then it's easy. Because if you do like this, you are not cleaning, you're just moving the dirt around. To clean, you need to go always in the same direction, collect the dirt and wash the rag. Then you do it again. You collected the dirt. In one direction, and then you wash the rag. It's not good to have dust on the surface because nothing adheres to dust, unless you can manage to mix the dust in your resin or paint, then yes, it will adhere. So all color paints they have some dust pigmented to give the color to the paint, or actually you can add to the resin pigment, and what is it? It's just a dust that you mix with the resin. But dust on the surface is not good because the resin will adhere to that dust, and the dust is not attached to your surface. Okay, it's dry and it's cleaning is good enough. Most of the places is not leaving any dust on my finger. So I'm gonna put the fibers, the first layer inside, and then we mix the resin. This mat with the chopped strands is not very flexible, so I will not make any corners with these inside or outside corners. That's okay, like this. Here we have a lot of fibers from the outside already to stiffen the corner. Okay, so the plan is to make that wet, then put these wood pieces on top, and then cover them with the biaxial mat cut at 45 degrees, and also put a few patches here on the sides, maybe here, and goes to these ones. That this one didn't get any fibers, but is also short, so I'm not so worried about that. So I've cut some strips of the bidirectional mat. Simply you cut it using a pair of scissors. With a longer blade would have been better, but it works, and you just cut it like if it is paper.